Hi, this is Jeff with St.Vincent Sports Performance, going over the tip of the month. This month we're going to talk about the calf muscle and the Achilles tendon, and talking about how we can release that muscle tissue, how we can stretch that, and how we can strengthen that whole lower leg complex to make sure that our lower leg performance is up to par with the whole entire rest of the body. So what we're going to do for this area to kind of release that muscle tissue, again, this is myofascial release. What we're trying to do is release the fascial, the fascia of the muscles, release that, allow that muscle to actually perform the way it was designed to. So we take this tennis ball, we're going to place it kind of right below the knee, and then all I'm going to do is kind of just roll kind of right along this lower back of the lower leg area. Push that lower leg right into the tennis ball, work back and forth. And again, if I find a little bit of a trigger point, I'm just going to kind of hang out in that spot, make maybe small circles around that area, and then keep releasing that muscle tissue all the way up and down. All right, so now that we've released a lot of the muscle tissue and tendons around that lower leg, what we're going to do now is go into lengthening that muscle tissue, going from the ankle all the way up into the calves. So the first stretch we're going to talk about is actually an ankle mobility drill, in which we're going to also stretch a lot of the soleus muscle. So this stretch right here is a simple wall mobilization. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our body centered right towards the wall. We're going to start with one leg back and the leg forward that we want to get a stretch for on that ankle all the way up to the soleus muscle. Once we kind of set our feet and get our feet aligned, our foot aligned in that proper position, we're going to make sure that we push that knee straight forward as far as we can, keeping that heel on the ground. And as we dorsally flex our ankle, we're going to go right back up after we hold for a 5-second count. Some dorsiflexion, back in. Now another variation you can do to this stretch is, as you're pushing the knee forward, you're going to actually push that knee lateral to the pinky toe. So you got your big toe right on the inside here, the pinky toe. That's where we want to kind of push that knee out. Now as we push that knee further out laterally, we're going to make sure that the inside of our foot doesn't roll out, but that it stays nice and gripping right on the turf. All right, now moving on to our last lower leg mobilization. For this drill, the difference is with the soleus stretch, we actually had the knee in a flexion position. Now the knee's going to be fully extended. Okay, so with this stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to first start out with a basic hip hinge. So when we're doing our toe touch, we're just going to sink our hips back to our toes, and then we're going to walk out to a push-up position. Now once we're in this push-up position, we're making sure that our mechanics are good all around. So we don't want to have any type of compensations in the lower back, going up or down in flexion or extension. Our glutes stay locked in, our core stays braced. Once we're in this position, I'm going to just walk my hands back closer to my toes, and I'm going to isolate this left leg in a stretch. So I'm going to walk back, isolate that left leg in a stretch, hold for 5 seconds, right back out. Walk back, knee locked out straight, and I'm feeling that stretch going all the way down the back of this leg, right back out. So we talked about tissue quality for the lower leg. We talked about lengthening that muscle tissue. Now we're going to talk about how we strengthen the whole ankle complex, going all the way up the lower leg. So what we're going to do for this drill is we're going to incorporate a tennis ball, and we're going to call these tennis ball calf raises. Now it's really much more than a calf raise, because we're focused on foot positioning. When we're talking about foot positioning, we want to make sure that our foot's not pronating or not supinating, so that our foot's not rolling inward or lateral. If we make sure we do that correctly, this tennis ball will not drop. So it's an instant feedback mechanism to ensure that our body's correctly aligned in the right position as we strengthen the ankle and the whole calf region. So we're going to take this tennis ball. Once we align our foot, if my heel is a 1 and my toe is a 10, we want the edge of the foot to be about a 6 or a 7. Now once I'm in that 6 or 7 position, I'm going to go ahead and align both feet, take that tennis ball, and place it right between my heels. So I'm going to really squeeze that tennis ball with the heels, and then I'm going to just drop down as low as I can, keeping my feet aligned in the proper position, and then I'm going to simply just push up as high as I can, control back down slow. Thanks for watching the tip of the month. What we just talked about is we talked about, first and foremost, how it's really important in our lower body care, how we work on rolling out that tissue quality in the calves all the way down to the ankles. We take that rollout from the Achilles tendon all the way up to the gastrocnemius. One of the things that we're really ensuring that we're doing is working on tissue quality. We release those trigger points through myofascial release. We're ensuring great care for that lower body. Moving on from there, we worked on the tissue lengthening. And we lengthened the tissue in 2 different ways. We worked on our ankle mobility with the Soleus under a stretch, and we worked on the ankle mobility with the gastrocnemius under a stretch. Moving on from there, we talked about how we strengthened the whole ankle all the way up into the gastrocnemius. Now, when we're doing that ankle mobility, or when we're doing that ankle strengthening, one of the things that we're working on is make sure that tennis ball doesn't fall. If it doesn't fall, we're doing the reps correctly, ensuring that our foot's not pronating or supinating. If you do that, incorporate that with the other 2 aspects of the training program, that's going to be a great start. So thanks for watching this month. We'll see you next time.